Once referred to as Las Vegas of Asia, Macau is a vibrant city known for its dazzling casinos, Portuguese colonial architecture, and unique blend of Chinese and European cultures. Macau is a treasure trove of cultural, historical, and modern attractions. Must-visit attractions in Macau include the ruins of St. Paul's, Senado Square, Taipa Village, and the many casinos on the Cotai Strip. In this vlog, I will be visiting Macau, including stops at the Fisherman Wharf, Senado Square, the ruins of St. Paul, Taipa Village, and the Cotai Strip. Traveling from Hong Kong to Macau is quite convenient with several options available, including via ferry and bus. If you're traveling via ferry, you will have to make your way to Hong Kong-Macau Ferry Terminal, which is located in Sheung Wan. It is conveniently connected to the MTR system as well as other forms of public transport. The terminal forms part of the Shun Tax Center, a commercial and transport complex. Scheduled ferries have run between Hong Kong and Macau since the early days of the Hong Kong colonies. Ferries to Macau departed the old Macau ferry piers at this location at least the mid-20th century, although in the 1960s, the steamships would take around 4 hours for the trip. Ferry is the most traditional and popular method. Ferries operate frequently and take about an hour to reach Macau. TurboJET operates between Sheung Wan and Macau to the outer harbor and Taipa. The journey takes about 60 minutes, with economy class tickets starting at 175 Hong Kong dollars for weekdays and 190 Hong Kong dollars for the weekends and holidays. Cotai WaterJet, another company, connects Hong Kong Sheung Wan to Taipa in Macau. The travel time is also around 60 minutes with similar ticket prices. Both services offer frequent departures throughout the day with night sailings as well. You can find more details on the respective websites. To travel to the HKZMB Hong Kong port from Hong Kong International Airport, you can take the shuttle route B4, which is available 24 hours a day. The route takes about 10 minutes and costs about 6 Hong Kong dollars for a one-way journey. If you're going to the port from other parts of Hong Kong, check out the franchise bus routes to the airport. Passenger clearance building of the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge Hong Kong Port mainly has 3 functional sections, including the entry-exit inspection and quarantine zone, customs and excise clearance zone, and after clearance waiting zone. Outbound travelers get dropped off at a drop-off area on the ground floor of the passenger clearance building and then come to the departure hall on the same floor. Once having completed border clearance, travelers can just walk forward, still on the same floor, to the shuttles or coaches for Zhuhai, Macau, or other Chinese cities. Meanwhile, inbound travelers arriving in Hong Kong can go through all border crossings procedures on the ground floor of the building, making the journey more convenient. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge Shuttle Bus, often called the Golden Bus, is a convenient way to travel between Hong Kong and Zhuhai. This scenic route takes around 40 minutes and costs approximately 65 Hong Kong dollars. Buses run frequently, making it easy to plan your trip. You can purchase tickets for the Golden Shuttle at the ticketing counter or at self-ticketing machines at both ports. At 55 kilometers in length, the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is the world's longest sea crossing. Its successful completion after 9 years of construction connects the cities of Hong Kong, Macau, and Zhuhai, reducing the previous 1-hour-long ferry connection to a 45-minute car journey. Hailed as an engineering wonder, the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge further improves transport connectivity between Hong Kong, Macau, and major cities in the Guangdong province. This marks a new milestone in the integration process of the Greater Bay Area. As part of the wider Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge project, the Hong Kong SAR Highway Department needed to design and construct the section of Hong Kong Link Road between Scenic Hill and the Hong Kong boundary crossing facilities, and road links between HK-BCF and Hong Kong International Airport. Allpa was heavily involved in the feasibility study, design, and delivery of the HKLR, which connects the main bridge of the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge with the HK-BCF on the artificial island at the northeastern waters of the airport island, opening a direct connection between Macau and the Western Pearl River Delta region. They worked on the dual 3-lane expressway, which compromises a 9.4-kilometer viaduct section, a 1-kilometer long tunnel, as well as a 1.6-kilometer long at-grade road section on reclaimed land. The viaduct section features long spans as they cross 2 navigation channels and the headland between Sha Lo Wan and Shan Shek Wan, a designated site of archaeological interest. The longest span is up to 180 meters, setting a record in Hong Kong for structures of similar type at the time it was erected. The span length of typical viaducts has been maximized to 75 meters long to reduce the number of piers in the western waters for better water quality. The TurboJET ferry connects Hong Kong and Macau within an hour. With over 50 years of experience in ferrying locals and visitors, the modern TurboJET ferry fleet safely transports over 10 million visitors annually. Use Klook to book your TurboJET ferry between Hong Kong and Macau. Enjoy riding the quickest and most convenient transfer that will take you between Hong Kong and Macau. Relax on comfortable and spacious cushioned seating as you make your way to either city. You have the option of Cotai Class or Cotai First. Both are excellent options and provide a comfortable way to get to either city. Use my link to book your Cotai Water Jet ferry ticket between Hong Kong and Macau. Macau's history is a fascinating blend of Chinese and Portuguese influence shaped over centuries. Human activity in Macau dates back thousands of years, with evidence of settlements during the Qin and Han dynasties. It served as a port for merchant ships sailing between Southeast Asia and Guangzhou. In the mid-16th century, Portuguese traders established Macau as a trading post. By 1557, they had secured a lease from China, marking the beginning of Macau's role as a key hub in the Portuguese Empire. Over time, Macau became a melting pot of cultures, with Portuguese architecture, language, and customs blending with Chinese traditions. It thrived as a center of trade, particularly in silk, spices, and silver. Macau is home to some of the world's largest and most luxurious casinos, including the Venetian Macau and Studio City. These establishments offer a wide range of games, from traditional Chinese games like fan tan to Western favorites like poker and roulette. The gambling industry in Macau generates more revenue than Las Vegas, 7 times larger than that of Las Vegas, making it a global leader in the sector. The city has one of the highest GDP per capita and the GDP per capita by purchasing power parity in the world. The industry is tightly regulated by the Macau government to ensure fairness and to prevent illegal activities. Gambling attracts millions of tourists annually, contributing significantly to Macau's status as a top travel destination. Before the Tai-Hang monopoly concession expired on December 31st of 1961, Governor Marquis decided to liberalize the operations of games of chance for public bidding. The new casino concessions was founded in 1962 as STDM. The landmark Hotel Lisboa Hotel and Casino Lisboa did not open until 1970, but STDM dominated the video industry for over 40 years. Since the company's inception in 1962, more than 10 different game types have been approved for use in STDM casinos, such as slot machines, blackjack, boule, and other well-known games as well. Over a 3-year period in the late 1990s, a wave of gang violence referred to as the Casino Wars occurred, disrupting the casino industry. The casino wars were largely attributed to rival triad groups who sought to gain control of Macau's illicit industries before Portugal transferred the territory back to China. The Portuguese authorities of Macau mostly failed to address the violence, which resulted in 122 casualties. In 2002, the Macau government ended the monopoly system and granted 3 and later 6 casino operations concessions and sub-concessions to SJM, an 80% owned sub-subsidiary to STDM, Wynn Resorts, Las Vegas Sands, and Galaxy Entertainment Group. On May 18, 2004, Sands Macau Casino opened near the Macau Ferry Terminal. Today, there are 16 casinos operated by STDM, and they are all crucial in the casino industry in Macau. In an attempt to generate revenue for the government, gambling in Macau was legalized by the Portuguese government in 1849. In the late 19th century, the government introduced a licensing system for phantom houses, which were Chinese gambling houses. It was reported that over 200 gambling houses were required to pay gambling rent to the government. The second casino monopoly concession was granted to Tai Hang Company in 1937. The company was, however, too conservative to fully exploit the economic potential of gambling. In 1999, Macau was handed back to China, becoming a special administrative region. It retains a high degree of autonomy under the One Country, Two Systems framework. The transformation of Macau is fascinating. From a Portuguese colonial territory to the Las Vegas of Asia, it is certainly a fascinating place to visit. The first stop in Macau is the Fisherman's Wharf. From the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, there are direct buses that connect the two locations. The fastest route is taking bus 102X from the Bridgeport to Avenue Amizade and Viaduto. The journey takes about 23 to 48 minutes depending on the traffic. The walk from the bus stop to the Fisherman's Wharf takes about 5 minutes. Macau's Fisherman's Wharf is a unique and vibrant destination. It is a themed entertainment, retail, and hotel complex located near the Outer Harbor Ferry Terminal in Macau. The area is designed to resemble various world seaports, featuring architecture inspired by places like Cape Town and Amsterdam. The spectacular 3,500 square meter Roman amphitheater reestablishes the grandeur of the glorious Roman Empire in Macau. Once where the crazed Roman crowds cheered and enjoyed thrilling bloodbaths performed by gladiators and giant animals, the Colosseum of Rome, built in the 1st century AD, was considered the most remarkable monument in the world, and its extraordinary ruins for later generations to glimpse at the most unique way of life in ancient Rome. A vivid replica of the breathtaking Colosseum in Rome stands here at Macau's Fisherman's Wharf, making itself one of the most memorable landmarks. The complex includes over 70 stores and restaurants. The buildings are built in the style of different world seaports such as Cape Town and Amsterdam, a convention and exhibition center, a marina, 2 hotels and casinos spanning over 133,000 square meters of area. There is also a theme park, occupies over 40% of its area from reclamation from the sea. Step into the splendid world of fantasy and encounter unforgettable European cultures in Macau. Nestled on the shore of Macau's outer harbor, the Fisherman's Wharf is the largest leisure and themed entertainment complex in the Macau Peninsula and promises to offer an unsurpassed dining, entertainment, and sightseeing experience like no other. You will discover fantastic worlds of ultimate luxury and classical magnificence that ensures the finest hospitality. Meanwhile, stretched alongside Legend Boulevard are charismatic architectural blocks that recreate the multicultural landscapes of the West. Sheltered under the mega canopy, you can ramble the streets of the Italian Riviera and Amsterdam at ease or taste the best gourmet delights on the veranda of Cape Town and New Orleans, taking in the exclusive waterfront view at sunset. Legend Boulevard is a charming street with European-style architecture perfect for a leisurely stroll and some shopping. A variety of global cuisines from Portuguese to Chinese and even European-inspired dining experience can be found here. A blend of old-world charm and modern leisure with shopping streets, a marina, and even a replica of the Colosseum used for performances. Macau's Fisherman's Wharf is divided into 3 sections: the Dynasty Wharf, East meets West Wharf, and the Legend Wharf. Each has its own unique charm and appeal. The Dynasty Wharf is the section that reflects ancient Chinese culture and architecture. Here you can admire replicas of famous Chinese landmarks such as the Tang Dynasty Palace, the Song Dynasty Fortress, and the Ming Dynasty Street. In the East meets West section, it will showcase the fusion of European and Asian styles and elements that make Macau unique. Here you'll find replicas of famous European landmarks such as the Colosseum, the Tower of London, and the Arabian Fort. The Legend Wharf is the section that offers the most modern and high-tech entertainment. Here you'll find the largest video game center in Macau, which features over 200 games such as racing, shooting, dancing, and sports. Luxurious accommodations like the Victorian-themed Rocks Hotel and the Baroque-inspired Harborview Hotel can be found here as well. The Fisherman's Wharf also has a convention center that can host various events and functions such as meetings, conferences, exhibitions, and weddings. It has a total area of 1,900 square meters and can accommodate up to 2,000 people. Macau's Fisherman's Wharf is a really neat place in Macau which differs from the rest of Macau. Here you'll see a fusion of East meets West in a picturesque setting. Macau is full of boundless surprises, concealing a soulful character beneath its glittering surface. Compact but overflowing with diverse experiences, this city beckons travelers with its unique blend of Chinese and Portuguese heritage. Its skyline features the juxtaposition of modern marvels with historical landmarks, while the bustling streets pulse with life. Macau stands as a world center of tourism and leisure, where any sightseeing itinerary can be coupled with gastronomy, sporting events, art festivals, creative pursuits, and other activities. Use TripAdvisor to plan your trip to Macau. The Macau Fisherman's Wharf is located on the coast of the new reclaimed area from the outer harbor. The complex contains hotels and over 70 stores and restaurants modeled after famous worldwide seaports like Amsterdam and Cape Town. The concept of a fisherman's wharf originated in Europe and the United States, and markets formed a unique part of Western seaside culture. Use Trip.com to plan your trip to Fisherman's Wharf. To get to Cotai, take bus 3A from Fisherman's Wharf Convention and Exhibition Center M265 to M171 Centro/Infante Dom Henrique. Avenida Dom Infante Dom Henrique is a significant road located in the southern part of the Macau Peninsula. This avenue, named after Prince Henry the Navigator, is about 350 meters long and 26 meters wide. It connects various key locations, including the iconic Lisboa Hotel and the new Lisboa Hotel, making it a bustling area for both locals and tourists. The avenue is known for its historical significance and its role in Macau's urban development. It was established after land reclamation in the 1930s and officially named it in 1939. Today, it remains a vibrant part of Macau, featuring jewelry shops, historical landmarks, and modern infrastructure. Senado Square is a historic and vibrant public square in Macau. It's a part of the UNESCO-listed Historic Center of Macau and is known for its beautiful Portuguese-style architecture and wave-patterned mosaic pavement. Listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2005, Senado Square is a pleasant pedestrian zone. For centuries, it was the urban center of the country and remains today a real cultural and popular place in Macau, considered by many to be one of the most beautiful places in the city. The square is surrounded by beautiful yellow facades, the last colonial memories. The floor is paved in black and white mosaics shaped like waves. This work was done by the Portuguese in 1990. Senado Square covers an area of more than 4,400 square meters and extends to the ruins of St. Paul. Here are some highlights in Senado Square. The Leo Senado building, a historic building that once served as the seat of Macau's government. The St. Dominique's Church, a stunning Baroque-style church located nearby. Shopping and dining, as the square is surrounded by shops and restaurants offering a mix of local and international flavors. The square often hosts cultural events, making it a lively spot to visit. Senado Square is a must-see destination in Macau for its blend of history, culture, and charm. The ruins of St. Paul in Macau is an iconic landmark and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. They are the remains of a 17th century Catholic religious complex that included St. Paul's College and the Church of St. Paul. Located nearby is a museum which showcases religious artifacts and relics discovered during excavations. Built between 1602 and 1640 by the Jesuits, it was one of the largest Catholic churches in Asia at the time. Unfortunately, a fire in 1835 destroyed much of the structure, leaving only the stunning granite facade and the grand staircase of 68 stone steps. The ruins of St. Paul's refer to the facade of what was originally the Church of Mater Dei, built in 1602 to 1640, and the ruins of St. Paul's College, which stood adjacent to the church. Both were destroyed by fire in 1835. As a whole, the old Church of Mater Dei, St. Paul's College, and Mount Fortress were all Jesuit constructions and formed what can be perceived as Macau's Acropolis. The facade of the ruins of St. Paul's 23 meters across and 25 meters high, and is divided into 5 levels. Following the classical concept of divine ascension, the orders of the facade on each horizontal level evolved from iconic Corinthian and composite from the base upward. The upper levels gradually narrow into a triangular predicament at the top, which symbolizes the ultimate state of divine ascension, the Holy Spirit. The facade is Mannerist in style, carrying some distinctively Oriental decorative motifs. The sculpture's motifs of the facade include biblical images, mythological representation, Chinese characters, a Portuguese ship, Chinese lions, bronze statues with images of the founding Jesuit saints of the Company of Jesus, and other elements that integrate influences from Asia, China, and other parts of Asia. Nowadays, the facade of the ruins of St. Paul's functions symbolically as an altar to the city. The ruins of St. Paul are one of the finest examples of Macau's outstanding universal value. The facade is a masterpiece of Baroque architecture with intricate carvings that blend European and Asian influences. It features biblical images, Chinese characters, and symbols like a Portuguese sailing ship and Chinese guardian lions. The site reflects Macau's unique blend of Chinese and Portuguese heritage, making it a must-visit for history and architecture enthusiasts. The ruins of St. Paul is a breathtaking spot to explore Macau's rich history and cultural fusion. After exploring the ruins of St. Paul, we will visit Taipa village. The old Taipa village, located in Macau, is a charming blend of history and culture. It is one of the best preserved areas in the city, offering a unique blend of Portuguese and Chinese influences. The village is known for its narrow lanes, colonial-style buildings, Chinese temples, and vibrant street life. Visitors can explore attractions like the Taipa House Museum, Cotai Temple, and Rua do Cunha, a bustling street famous for local snacks and delicacies. Cotai Street was officially named in 1884. Originally named after a Portuguese Navy captain, Cunha first arrived in Macau on May 2nd of 1850 as the 81st governor. As one of the most important and bustling streets in Taipa village, Cotai Street is lined with local restaurants and shops, and is regarded as the food street in Macau. Unofficially known as Macau's Food Street, Rua do Cunha is a pedestrianized avenue that runs through the spine of Taipa village. As the unofficial name suggests, it's choka with snack shops, restaurants, and hawkers peddling Macanese favorites such as almond cookies, beef jerkies, and egg tarts, as well as Chinese dishes. Must-visit eateries along the street include the historic Lord Stowe Bakery, which sells Macau's favorite egg tarts, and Os Santos, a traditional Portuguese restaurant whose walls are lined with football memorabilia. The Cotai Temple, which was named after Cotai, who was an emperor who was believed to be able to withstand fire and floods. He's commemorated with this tiny Taoist temple, which dates back to 1843, and on the fringe of one of Taipa's prettiest squares. Avenue da Praia is located in the shadow of the Mammoth, Venetian, and Galaxy casinos. This tree-lined avenue is bracketed by a giant lily-pad-covered pond on one side and a pastel green Portuguese houses on the other. The houses are part of the Taipa Houses Museum, 5 colonial residences that offer a glimpse into what life was like in Macau in the first half of the 20th century. The Taipa House Museum is a prime example of Portuguese architecture that has influenced much of Taipa Village. In 1992, it was recognized as one of the top 8 sites to see in Macau. Built in 1921, the distinctive green and white houses once served as residence for the Portuguese governor and other high-level civil servants and their families. Today it has been converted into a museum complex displaying various artifacts and exhibits that commemorate life during Macau's colonial period. Be sure to visit all the fascinating attractions in Taipa Village, such as the Taipa Houses Museum, eating street food at Rua do Canha, and perhaps eating at a Portuguese restaurant. Travel by ferry from Hong Kong to Macau for a full-day tour. Your guide shows you important sites including the ruins of St. Paul, Allpa Temple, Senado Square, and the Monte Fortress in the UNESCO World Heritage listed Historic Center of Macau. Learn about Portuguese history in the region and see part of the old city wall. Enjoy a buffet lunch, have the option to visit one of Macau's glitzy casinos, and browse the local shops before returning to Hong Kong. Book this one-day city tour in Macau from Hong Kong using Viator. Taipa Island is an outlying island in Macau. It has Portuguese-style communities featuring Long Juan Portuguese Rhythm, Guan Yi Street and Bunker Street. The University of Macau and Macau University of Science and Technology are both located on this island. In the impression of many people, Taipa not only has many star-rated hotels and casinos, but many street food options in Taipa Village. Use Trip.com's travel guide to see what there is to do in Taipa Island, Macau. The Cotai Strip in Macau is one of the most luxurious and iconic casino strips in the world. The casinos are not just about gambling though. They offer a complete entertainment experience with shopping, dining, and shows as well. Here are a few highlights to visit on the Cotai Strip. The Venetian Macau, known as the largest casino in the world, it features Venice-inspired designs with canals and gondola rides, along with extensive gaming floor. The City of Dreams, a modern entertainment complex offering a vast casino, luxury hotels, and the famous House of Dancing Water shows. The Galaxy Macau has a resort with multiple hotels, a rooftop wave pool, and a massive casino floor. The Wind Palace is renowned for its opulence. This casino also features a performance lake and high-end dining options. The Parisian Macau is a French-themed resort with a replica of the Eiffel Tower and a vibrant casino. The history of the Cotai Strip began in 2004, when the Macau government completed the arduous task of uniting two islands of Taipa and Cologne into one connected landmass. The reclaimed area was originally earmarked for industrial purposes, but those plans were quickly shelved after the gambling industry exploded in the mid-2000s. With space on the historic peninsula running out for new casino projects, the government designated Cotai as the future home of Macau gaming moving forward. 2 years later, in 2006, Cotai welcomed its first hotel and casino, the Grand Waldo. The next property to debut was the Venetian Macau, which put the Cotai Strip on the map, and is still considered to be the most successful casino hotel in Macau. Four Seasons opened in 2008, with the City of Dreams opening in June of 2009. All stayed quiet in Cotai for 2 years before the Strip underwent another seismic shift when the Palace of Asia Galaxy debuted in June of 2011. The property expanded twice in 2015 and then again in 2024, adding 2 new towers and a convention center. By 2024, the hotel count reached an astronomical 10, which might be a global record. In an attempt to turn around the property's fledgling fortunes, Sands China rebranded it to The Londoner Macau, officially reopening it for the second time in February of 2021. There were no new additions to the Strip for 3 more years, but this was when casino operators caught their breath in anticipation of the second wave of properties that debuted between 2015 and 2017, with Studio City in 2015, Wynn Palace in 2016, and Parisian in 2016. Studio City came first and immediately rebranded itself the entertainment capital of Asia, bringing the House of Magic, the 4D Batman ride, and Golden Reel, not to mention Show House, the most happening nightclub in town. It also has an art water park, a VR gaming zone, and an elaborate children's play zone. This is an ideal place to go if you are a family with kids. Cut from the same cloth as its sister hotel, the Venetian, the Parisian was another smashing success, with a mock Eiffel Tower stealing the show outside and a whole lot of red garlic mimes, jugglers, living statues, and opera singers inside. The Parisian has become a tourist attraction in itself. The Venetian Macau is the most luxurious hotel and casino resort on the Cotai Strip. It is modeled after its sister property, the Venetian Las Vegas, and is one of the largest casino resorts in the world. It is a destination that combines opulence, entertainment, and a touch of Venetian charm. The resort features over 3,000 spacious suites, a massive casino with themed gaming areas, a shopping mall with Venetian-styled canals and gondola rides, and a variety of dining options and entertainment venues, including the Cotai Arena for concerts and sport events. The Cotai Strip is a must visit in Macau as it has all of the best casinos and entertainment in Macau. The Venetian Macau and other casino chains along the Cotai Strip offer free shuttle bus services, which make it convenient for guests to get to and from the casinos. The shuttles connect the resorts to key locations within Macau. To get from the peninsula to Cotai, the shuttles that ply the routes between the Grand Lisboa, the Hotel Lisboa, and the Grand Lisboa Palace. There are pickups at the Macau Tower. You can also board a shuttle at the Sands Macau for the Londoner, the Venetian, and the Parisian. Wynn, Galaxy, and MGM also have shuttles connecting the peninsula and Cotai properties as well. If you want to get to the HKZMB Macau port, where the buses depart for Hong Kong and Zhuhai, you'll have to find shuttles from Ponte 16, Wynn Macau, the Londoner, the Venetian, Wynn Palace, and Grand Lisboa Palace. The Cotai Strip in Macau is home to some of the most luxurious and iconic casinos in the world. These casinos are not just about gambling though. They offer a complete entertainment experience with a full array of shopping, dining, and show watching experiences. Use this travel guide as a reference to the Cotai Strip resorts in Macau. The UNESCO-listed Historic Center of Macau is home to landmarks such as the ruins of St. Paul, Senado Square, and Allpa Temple, showcasing Macau's vibrant past. Macau's rich cultural heritage reflects its history as a Portuguese colony, seamlessly blending Chinese and Portuguese influences in architecture, food, and traditions. From Michelin-starred restaurants to local street food, Macau is a paradise for food lovers. The famous Macanese cuisine combines flavors from Portugal, China, and Southeast Asia. Known as the Las Vegas of Asia, Macau boasts dazzling casinos, luxury resorts, and exciting shows. Even if you're not a gambler, the city's entertainment scene is worth exploring. If you are staying in Hong Kong, you can visit Macau on a day trip, arriving in Macau in the morning and returning to Hong Kong in the evening.